Hi, welcome, welcome. Just give us a few minutes to breathe, guys. Just sort of started. I know we're a little bit early, so just give us a minute here as we sort of reconnect with the energies. Just take a moment. Make sure you've read the description box below, please, before you post your question. Have a look at the decks that are available. Don't forget to look at the donation. What happens when you donate? Please let me know if you do donate so that I can give you the right reading for you, the extra cards, things like that. Think about your question. Make sure it's a question that you haven't asked before, because if you keep asking the same question, the universe is going to start getting a little confused. Okay, so decks I'm going to talk to you about is, I'm using the Jane Wallace tarot decks that I've got. So I've got Crystal Power, Magical Nordic Tarot, the Moons and Stars, and the Oceanic. Okay, so that's going to be the tarot decks basically today. And I do have corresponding oracle decks as well. So you can see from the list below. So I want you to think about what type of reading you're wanting. Okay, so you're thinking about what type of reading you're getting. So are you getting a yes and no question? If you want a yes and no question, then it will be answered with the Ancient Italian Tarot. If you want a timing question, you will get one card with the timing question. You'll get one card with the cards of time. Okay, then the open-ended questions, or a general, you'll get those tarot cards. Or if you want to, you can have an oracle reading. I have the Norse Yggdrasil. Okay, there's the astrology reading cards as well. Then I've got the crystal grid oracle, which we've used a few times, and of course the oracle of mermaids. Okay, so I want you to think about what type of reading you want, what deck you want me to use before you type your question. And you only need to type your question once, please. Do not keep retyping your question. Once is enough, unless I ask you to do it again. Okay, so I want you to think very carefully about what type of reading you want me to do, what deck you want me to use, and to think very carefully. Make sure it's not a question that you've asked before. Something completely different, not the same thing over and over again, because the universe gets into the doubt mode and it doesn't help that question. Thanks, Egyptian Famous. Welcome, welcome. So let me say hello to everybody. I don't know who's actually here. Jay, you've had questions every day and it's the same old type of questions. Change your question. We know what you're going to do with the results of your exams. I've told you the same answer every time. It's all about the work you do. So, I'm going to be doing random questions. So if you keep on asking the same question over and over again, the answer, I won't be answering it tonight. Hi, Kenzo. Hi, 333. Hi, Mary. Hi, Ashul. Hi, Conqueror. Hi, Nikki. Right. Yes. Post your question once only. Make sure you've read the description box below. I need to know what type of reading you want done from the list down below, what deck you want me to use. Okay, you've got a choice tonight what deck you want me to use for your reading. Hi, Jaguar. Welcome, welcome. So welcome to everybody. So make sure if you want a reading, you've read the description box down below. If you do a donation, please let me know. If you do it through Ko-Fi, it shows and tells me that you've done it, which is really cool. If you go through Ko-Fi, you will get exclusive content. There is exclusive content. So, right, I'm going to do Egyptian famous first. I'm going to do Egyptian famous first because she, no, yep. So, Egyptian famous. Oh, what major you want to go into with? So, you thought about, and you want the Oceanic. Oh, here we go. And the Oceanic Tarot. Oh, you've changed your mind. Oh, so what do you, oh, that's, sorry. Here we go. Got it here. Oh, and you want Oceanic too, Jaguar. Okay, cool. Career path, Oceanic, please. My question is, what major should I go into? Okay, Oceanic Tarot. What major should you go into? Okay, so what type of major? So let's have a look. Oh, okay, so straight away, we've got something that gives you responsibility. Okay, we've got something that gives you responsibility. It feels like it's something that could also, we've got the 10 of wands here. So it can be quite a heavy, something that sort of could be quite heavy burden, but it does give you some responsibility. So I'm thinking something in sort of management type area. That's where your goal should be, somewhere to do with somewhere where you can sort of management. Something that's quite sort of creative, sort of something that gives you passion. And it's going to allow you, I feel like, to break down any barriers. It's going to give you new understandings with the Tower card here. I get a sense of it's going to break down some barriers. It's going to give you new understanding, new enlightenment in many ways. It's going to enable you to sort of build your future. So your businesses is something that's going to give you passion. Okay, it's going to allow you to sort of break down barriers. I feel like you're going to be breaking down walls, if you like, breaking down barriers in some sort. It's going to allow you to sort of build the future that you actually want, reach new enlightenments and understandings. So hopefully that'll sort of give you some sort of clue here. Okay, Jaguar. You only have to type your question in once, please. Just let me know what tarot deck you want. And I need to know what type of tarot deck you want. Okay, so Jaguar talks about spiritual messages about your love life. Okay, spiritual messages in regards to your love life. Make sure you've read the description box down below. Jeepers, I just dropped Magical Nordic. It's interesting. Okay, we've got 9 of Wands here, and 9 of Wands is a sense about seems like you're going to be standing up for what you want. I feel like there's a sense of like a survivor about keep going, don't give up. It's very much about your passion. It definitely feels about nurturing your passion, your creativity. So connecting within yourself. I feel like there's a sense of really sort of standing up for to keep going, to don't give up in whatever you want out of life. Whatever you decide you want in your love life, it's about manifesting that by not giving up, by really focusing on what's important to you, what's really, what gives you passion is super important. So really about nurturing that inner passion that lies within you, that creative energy. I do feel like there's that sense of creativity within your love life as well, which seems really, really important there. Okay, so that's really important there. Okay, so that's really important to be able to have that passion, that creativity, as you just sort of keep going and sort of don't give up, even when you're looking at past hurts or things that have happened. Sorry, I've just got to pick up a deep. Okay, the rules are, if you want a reading, you need to read the description box down below. You need to tell me what deck you want. Okay, you type your question once with the like you can see just here. Sorry, so you can see just here where it's got the tarot deck and then the message. You type your message once and you write the tarot deck that you want and the message. They're the only ones that I'm answering tonight. If you don't follow the rules, you don't get a reading. Okay, so Jaguar, that's the question here. So I really feel that's about your creativity. It definitely feels like it's about your passion. It's about your not giving up, to use that sense of attainment. The yes and no deck. Well, if it's a yes and no question, I know what that is. It's the ancient Italian for the yes and no. The timing deck is that one there. Just tell me that it's a yes and no question. Right. Thank you. Right. Okay, so let me see. I'm in New Zealand. Okay. Okay, Conqueror, you did your one. Right. The moon and stars. Right. Moon and stars. What does Spirit need to tell you? What does Spirit need to tell me? Okay, Conqueror, it's really important for you to work out what your priorities are. It's all about finding a sense of physical balance in your life. Okay, it's about physical balance. It's interesting because there you have the Two of Pentacles and then you've got Two of Cups, which is quite interesting. So balance and stability is really important. Also about making sure you've got this whatever relationships you have in your life, even the relationship within yourself, it's about making sure you have that give and take, that you receive as much as you're giving as well emotionally, that you have that balance, that sense of working out what's important to you, what's of value to you in regards to relationships, and that's also the relationship with yourself and those around you. How do you find that sense of balance within you? That's really important. Are you able to sort of like, I'm getting a sense of like nourishing your soul, taking care of yourself in many ways, both physically and emotionally, is so important for you right at this time. It's about finding that balance. That does seem to be really, really important. Making sure you have that give and take, that you're receiving as much as you're giving out. Feels like you sort of open your heart up quite open. You open yourself up quite a lot. So sometimes you've got to bring yourself back into balance. That's really important, to bring yourself back into balance. So you're not giving so much of yourself away. that you have a sense of boundaries in some way. I get a sense of having those boundaries, about containing that energy within yourself. That's super important, Conqueror. Okay. Right. Okay. So right. Okay. So we have got Crystal Power Tarot. Oh, you're Amara. Okay, so you want to know how Ahmed feels about you at this time. Okay, and we're going to use the Crystal Power. How does Ahmed feel towards Amara? I focus on what I want and make it happen. So it feels as though when we're looking at the Two of Wands here, it's about the ability to focus on what you want and make it happen. So I feel like maybe Ahmed feels as though you have this ability to manifest what you want, to be able to look at things from a different perspective, to see things from another way. Feels like you could be open-minded. Ahmed might feel as though you're open-minded type of person. That's what sort of come through. Feels that you could be open-minded. Doesn't talk about no emotions or nothing like that. Feels very much about choices and about looking at things from a different perspective. So just sees you as someone who's open-minded. Okay, so let's have a look. If it was posted before the live, it won't come through on here, because we're on restream, so questions would have come through. So, oh, here it is here. Oh yeah, it did come through. Sorry, I didn't see that there. I took a little bit to go flick through. Right, does Virgo want you back? Okay, yes and no. Does Virgo want you back? Does Virgo want 333 back? There is a yeah. This come up as a real clear yeah. Yeah, he may want you back. Doesn't mean it's necessarily the right thing for you. You've got to decide for yourself what you do. Just because someone wants you back doesn't mean it's always the right thing. Got to think about it. You know, just because someone wants you back, what does it mean for you? Think a little bit more outside the square. Yeah. I mean, just because someone wants you back, it doesn't mean it's good for you. So got to sometimes think outside of that. You know, what will happen if you do go back? What happens if you take him back? So think about, you know, that's why I say think very carefully about your question, because Okay, so have you read the description below? And I want to know, type in a question but no deck. So I'm going to just put that in there. So if you don't type in what deck you want, I don't know what deck you want me to use. Whether it's a tarot or an oracle. I'm just seeing if I've missed anybody that's actually listened. So I'm just having a look here. Please word your, and also make sure you word your questions as a question. Right. So, for those that are interested, I'm also going to share this with you. Right. Oh, hello, Dee. I might just turn that volume down while it goes through there. Hey, Dee, how are you? Oh, getting there slowly, but yay. Oh, long time no speak. How have you been? Oh, I'm good. Got lots of things to talk about. So love to catch up with you sometime, Dee. I don't know if you knew I moved into a caravan. I moved into a caravan, so I've got a video of my space on there. And if you've part of Ko-Fi, you will start to see the update of my new annex being built at the moment. So I've got some Ko-Fi members, and they all get to see the progress of my new annex being built, which started a couple of days ago, but I've got to wait another couple of weeks now before the roof and that will get put on. Oh, it is. It's great. So I'm so pleased I got the annex being built at the moment. So that's really cool. Right. Now that's being looked at. Right. Back into it again. Okay. So we've got the Crystal Power Tarot here. And what does want to say to me their current... Okay. So what's Rahul's current hidden thoughts? Rahul's current hidden thoughts. Hidden thoughts. Feels like he's looking to stay in control. He wants to be in control of the situation. And he's wanting to make the best possible decision. So it's important for him to make the decision by being in control. That seems really important for him at the moment. It feels like he doesn't want to feel like he's losing control and that he's unable to make the decisions that he needs at this time. So it feels like he's sort of working out what his priorities are, what's important to him right at this moment. Seems to be a really important thing. It feels like he's looking for the truth of the situation that lies within himself. He's looking for his own truth, which makes sense to him. So that's what he's sort of going through at this time. It seems like he's sort of trying to find himself in a way that he's in control and he's able to make clear decisions with whatever he decides to do for himself, for Rahul, for themselves. Okay. So yeah. So yes, I've it's really good. But since I've been, you're welcome. So Dee, since I've been doing the videos at night for me, like it's 7:22 p.m. here. 7:22 p.m. on a Thursday night. 7:22 on a Thursday night. Instead of doing it at 10:30 in the 10 o'clock in the morning, which I have been doing, 10:30 in the morning, because they're building outside, it's too much noise. So I sort of did it. So I thought I'd do it tonight instead. So I'm just trying different decks, using different decks, different ways, doing different things to. So yeah, I didn't know if you want to, if you've read the description box down below, if you've got a question or you just want a general answer from one of the oracle decks or whatever. If you want to see what the oracle decks are that I have, it's the Yggdrasil crystals, the astrology reading cards, and of course there's the timing cards if you just want to time, cards of time. And the Oracle of Mermaids. Like a mermaid oracle card? Okay. So let's have a look. D. Did you have anything in particular you were thinking about, D, or just a general? Okay. Ooh. D. So let me just put this up here, just so I can focus on you. So I don't know if you want anything in particular or just a general. Ooh, that's interesting. General, okay, cool. Okay, so what I got for you, Dee, it's like you're asking for some transparency from something else, from someone else. It's like you're asking for some transparency. You're asking someone to be really authentic in their approach to you. It's not about you. I feel it's like somebody else, a company or so, somebody you're dealing with. You're asking for them to be totally honest with you, and I don't think they have been completely honest with you. It feels like there's something that's sort of unseen, that's not something that's hidden from you, is what I'm getting here. Something that's very, very hidden from you. And it feels like you know what the answers are. You already know what, you know, trusting your intuition, of course, and your own spirituality. You know the answers already, but they're not being completely honest with you. And you can see, you have that knowing, that sense of knowing, that sense of feeling like you know that they're not being completely honest with you, that they have a secret or something, that they're just not being truthful in some way. And it feels like you just got to trust your intuition in this ability. Trust what you see, trust what you know within yourself. That's really important for you to acknowledge right now. I just keep getting that someone is just not being completely authentic with you, and you know it. But they're just not going to, they're just not being transparent around it. They're just not being honest, which is quite interesting here. But I just feel like you can trust your intuition, which is super important here. So trusting in yourself is so important in this. Yeah, rely on yourself. Yeah, totally. So yeah, hopefully that gave you some insight. It's just confirmation with your own intuition. I feel like it's just that trust. You're welcome, Dee. You're welcome. And will I get into the government? Okay, if you're asking a will card, that will be that's a yes and no question, isn't it? So that is going to be totally, you've asked a yes and no question, so that's just going to be the ancient Italian. You've asked a yes and no question, it's going to be the ancient Italian. Okay, so will you get yeah, definitely feels like you will. Yep. Yes. As long as you do everything that you need to do. Yeah. As long as you get all your ducks in a row, you'll get in. Okay. Does Yogesh really love S? I don't say he loves her. I wouldn't call it love. This one's upside down as well. So, I wouldn't call it love. I wouldn't say he loves her. I wouldn't say he loves S, sorry. I wouldn't say Yogesh loves S at all. But, just because he doesn't love somebody. We did have 14 days, D. 14 days, D, was our quarantine. But things are changing. So I wouldn't say, no, I don't say Yagosh really loves S. I wouldn't say that, but doesn't mean, yeah. I think there's more to the story. Oh, I'm not sure. I haven't had a look, to be honest. D, I haven't had a look to see. I'd have to Google it. Let me just Google it. What do I want to say? I have to Google it. God might help. Let's see what quarantine is. If you're vaccinated, take 2 rapids. Oh no, it's not. Managed isolation, how to plan your travel to New Zealand, what happen when you arrive. Most travellers to New Zealand no longer need to enter. No, you don't. No, it's not. No, I hadn't looked at it. No, D, it's not. No, they're not doing quarantine at all now to New Zealand. They don't have to be managed. If you, as long as you're vaccinated and you've had 2 tests or something. Oh, hi, Nikita. Yeah, I said that you can put in. Just make sure you've read the description box below. Make sure you guys read the description box. Make sure you read your description box before you post your question. It's not a free list. I'm doing random questions, and make sure you've read the description box below before you post your question. Otherwise, I won't answer it. Oh. Woo. Read the description box before you post your question. Oh, Tisha's doing really well, D. I told you she had the baby, right? You knew she had the baby. Her EIT, she's doing her in collab with some other people that got to do 5 outfits for this assignment this year. So Tisha's doing really well. Yeah, the baby. Oh, he's gorgeous, D. Absolutely gorgeous. Isaiah Allison. He's absolutely gorgeous. He was born end of November, so he's 7 months. And he's so bubbly. Make sure you think about your question. Make sure it's, you want it to be something that's going to help you move forward on your journey. Something that's going to be empowering. Make sure you read the description box down below so I know what deck you want. Make sure you've read the description box so I know what tarot or oracle deck you want for your reading. Unless it's a yes or no. Yeah, Isaiah, he is absolutely beautiful. Oh, you've asked a yes and no question. It's a yes and no question, Nikita. It's got to be ancient Italian. You asked does question. That's why I said you got to think about your question. That's why I said read the description box below. If it's a yes and no question, you asked a yes and no question. So you're going to get it's the only way I do it is with a yes and no question. I use the, unless your question starts with what, how, and why. Hi, Tanmoy. Very strong yes. Very strong yes. Yes as an ordinary girl. It just sees you as an ordinary girl. Okay, make sure you've typed in what tarot or oracle you want with your question, please. OD, I just need an oracle or tarot deck. What deck do you want to go with your question? Tanmoy, I need to know what deck you want me to use. Yeah. See them as a friend. Yep, only a friend. Not as nothing more. Just as a friend. Just as a friend. GD, I need you to tell me what deck you want me to use. Yeah, but which tarot deck? Tanmoy, which one from the list? Tarot decks are Crystal Power, Oceanic, Moon and Stars, and Magical Nordic. That's the 4 tarot decks. Okay, Magical Nordic, Moon and Stars, Oceanic, and Crystal Power. Right. Okay, Tanwy, cool, thank you. Magical Nordic, right. And GD, you want the Oceanic? Right. Oh, now you've changed your question. You've gone and changed your question on me. You've put a will. You've made it a yes and no question. You changed your question. This was a better question. This was a much better question. What you can expect. What can you expect between you and Gowrie moving forward? What can you expect? Okay, Two of Wands is all about choices to be made. Okay, it's very much about choices. It's all about what they're feeling is important to the relationship. Feels like there's a lot of choices to be made in the situation, and there's going to be a lot of reflection on the. It's interesting because you've got these choices, and it's about reflecting on the past. So it's all about that sense of. So it does talk a sense about reconciliation on some level. Okay, there is that hope for reconciliation on some level. So yeah, it definitely feels like there is some hope for reconciliation. There is that option to look ahead and think about the past. So there is that reconciliation coming into play. Look, what you do with it is really about looking at whether it's really best for you. You know, is it the right path for you? But there is that hope for reconciliation. There is that looking ahead, that vision, that hope, and is about reflecting on the past. So there does seem to be that sense of hope for that past to come back into play again. But you've got to decide if that's what you really want. Is it good for you? Oh, hi, Charlie. You got the moon and stars. Awesome. Right, Tanmui, you asked Magical Nordic Tarot. Cool. Whoops, missed your question here. Oh, and Ashley, I'll do yours. Okay, National Nordic, and you've got what is next actions towards you? You've got Magical Nordic. Gee, I just dropped just dropped a card. Right, Magical Nordic. Right, the question is, what are Navanitas Chakma's next action? Okay, so what's the next action towards her? What is likely to happen with the connection between these two? It feels like there's some restriction. There's something holding them back. Feels like they're waiting. Feels like there's a wait for the new adventures to happen. Feels like there's something that's stopping them. That could be a delay in the new adventure and the possibility of what will come through that breakthrough. That's possible for the relationship, well, for whatever's next to happen. Feels like there's a block or a delay to moving forward. Okay, so I think there's a need for patience. There's definitely a need for patience, because I feel like there's a delay, there's a block, something stopping them from moving forward at this time. Okay. Okay, what's going to happen between you and Norman? Okay, let's have a look. What's going to happen between you and Norman? Okay, what's going to happen between Ashley and Norman? What's the long term? What's going to happen in the long term in regards to the relationship? You don't really want to put that energy into it, Ashley. When you focus on that energy, that's what you're going to manifest. Okay? The more you focus on the negative aspects, that's what you're bringing into the relationship. Okay, that's something to really think about. The more you focus on the negative aspect of what could be, that's the energy you're going to bring in. That's the energy you're going to bring in. So the thing is what's the long-term relationship with Norman? Or the relationship. It's not really long, it's a relationship. So what will the relationship with Norman be like? Because you're already putting that energy into it that he's going to cheat on you. You've already put that into play. Well, card flew out. It's all about your own responsibility. It's all about you're responsible. Just as he's responsible for his actions, you're responsible for your own. Hi, Nanette. How are you? Oh, second card flew out here. It's about trusting. You're responsible for your own actions, okay? Responsible for your own thoughts and things like that. So you've got to decide for yourself whether you can trust him or not. If you feel you cannot trust him and you've already put those words into play, will he cheat on me afterwards? You've already put that into action. So you've already got that loss of trust. Is that something to build the relationship on if you cannot trust him? Is it worth the relationship if you do not have that trust? Because that's going to push that energy away, push him away. So it all boils down to, do you trust? Are you able to have that opportunity? Do you have that opportunity? Oh, thank you for the donation. Muchly appreciated. Wow, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so really important for you. Oh, take care, Dee. Thanks for being in. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Ashley, so you've already put that down into play. Okay, so if you can't trust Norman, then you've got to think about whether this is something that you want to put into action. You're responsible for your own actions, just as he's responsible for his own actions, but it's also about your own thoughts, your own commitment to the relationship. So if you cannot trust in that relationship, then you've got to think very carefully about whether this is someone that you want to be in a relationship for. If you've already put that energy in that he will cheat on you, that's what's going to happen. So it boils down to trust. Can you or can you not trust him? And that might be something that you have to deal with within yourself. That might be something you have to work with within yourself. Okay, got donation. Oh, okay. Something's on your mind. Okay. So let me just do this. Okay, right. So you just got the 4 cards. Ouch! That's no good, Nanette. I hope you've got it stripped or you got some stuff wrapped up. You're welcome, Ashley. I definitely yeah. So something about work, you said. So the tarot, so the themes are ocean. Oops. Ocean, moon and stars, crystals, and Nordic. She told me my book wasn't good. Oh, that's no good. No, that's no good. Oh, hun, that's terrible. That's no good at all. That's terrible. So this is the themes. To guide dog me out to get out of her. How am I the most selfish? To get out of here. She said, oh, no, that's terrible. So what's your question? So what's your actual question, Nana? So what do you actually want to know? What's your actual question? So what do you actually want to know? Yeah, don't talk to her anymore. That's right. Don't. I think that's the best thing, is to cut the cut the cords. What am I to do with her? You're ready to walk away for good, to cut the cords. Yeah, what am I to do? Okay, so that's your question. What am I to do with her? I'm ready to walk away for good. Okay, so what's your next move? Okay, so you've got your themes here. We've got the ocean, the moon and stars. Oh, sorry, we've got crystals, moon and stars. Basically, you've got the ocean and magical Nordic. Yeah, that's good. That's good that you don't believe her. So, Nana, what deck would you like me to use? What theme would you like me to use for you? We've got crystals, moon and stars, ocean, or the magical Nordic. That's Norse mythology. Right. Let's get down to the okay, so what I'm going to do here is now, because you always okay. What's your next move? Magical Nordic, yeah, Nordic, yeah, Nordic, yeah, magical Nordic. That's from Norse mythology. So let's have a look. What am I to do with her? What are you to do next? What's your next move? Okay, this is about you. This is about what do you need to do for you? Okay, so what's your next move? Let's have a look. It's all about being the master of your own future. It's all about using your own skills, your own tools to be able to manifest the reality that you actually want. That's the first thing, to know that you can do that. You have the knowledge, have the faith in yourself. It's about believing in yourself, which is super important here, which you seem to be sort of getting into that recognition of who you truly are. It's about recognizing within yourself. your abilities, your skills, your talents. You know, you're quite skilled and you're quite talented and you're quite strong and you've got that ability to do so. Here it's all about confirmation that you're doing the right stuff here. Okay, because it's all about nurturing who you are. It's about bringing what you want into fruition. It's about planting the seeds for you to be able to move forward on your journey here. Okay, that's really important for you. So it's like confirmation that you're doing all the right things. Cutting the cords is going to be really important for you to be able to nurture yourself, about being able to manifest the reality, looking beyond the illusion, the surface of what she sees, and looking at who you truly are within yourself, recognizing that you have the skills and you have the ability to move forward and do what you need to do for you. That's really important, about having that faith and belief in self. You know, I do really believe that you have the skills and the abilities to move forward. And you don't need that toxicity in your life, for sure. I think you're really quite focused on that. So let's have a look and see what Yggdrasil, that's your extra card we're doing for you. You've been quite a big supporter of mine, so I'm going to... Okay, so we have Grimnir, balance of contraries. Okay, so let me explain this a little bit more to you. Let me just grab this card. Okay, balance of... I will show you. Okay, so we are which world? All that wind is coming up. I'll wait for all that to be sorted. Right, so what realm are we in? Okay, Nifhima, the world of ice. The seeker's instinctive thinking, the subconscious, north, up and left, right. So that is Nifhima. Nifhima. Oh my God, 85. All right, page 85. Oh, here we go. Okay, Grimnir is said to wield the powers of ice and fire, the power of opposites and the power of two opposite elements, which combined make up the fabric of the universe. He's only mentioned in folklore, where he is said to be able to make flame from ice and freeze fire. Let's have a look. Whoops, I don't want that bit. But subject to the allowance of Fornjord, king of Niflheim. In folklore, he is said to be the son of Fornjord and Snedis, the snow nymph. This card represents a balance between opposites. Grimnir has the talent to either combine opposite forces and reconcile them, or to keep them apart. The card can represent a solution or a compromise for the seeker. Up in the spread, his doubly reinforced suggests diplomatic powers in the seeker. Represent a hindrance to the balance. The name means the masked one. So it really is about really connecting and within yourself. Okay, so it's really about connecting with yourself and just knowing that this is important for you to find your own solutions for yourself. Really important for you to know that you're doing the right thing. It is really important for you to have that balance within yourself. So take a moment to just take a breath and just feel that energy of finding your own inner balance by doing what you need to do for you. So hopefully that gives you a little bit more, you know, you're doing all the right stuff. You're doing, you know, you've got that knowledge within you. And like you said, you've got that strength now starting to come through. Right, let's have a look. What's next? So Pisces, please make sure that you read the link down below, the description box down below. So yeah. So if you make sure you've read the description box down below, if you've got a question to ask. Oh my God, it's been over an hour. Right, we're getting close to finishing up. So I'll just do the last few questions. I don't know if anyone's got any more questions here. Yep, Charlie, what deck did you want me to use? From the list down below, description box down below. So, Chile, what deck did you want me to use? Oh, my favorite one. I have many favorites. I love all of these decks. How about we do... What's your question? Energy of your love life. You could use an oracle cards. Oh, what's your zodiac sign? What's your sun sign? I'll do something here. I'm going to show you something. What's your sun sign? Tell me what your sun sign is. Okay, so we're going to do your sun sign, and we want to talk about love life, right? So let's look at love. I can remember. So the 5th. Okay, you're talking about romance. You're talking about significant partners for long term. What people see and the impression you give. That's spirituality. Cosmos grants wishes with luck, friends, and social. Right. Your Pisces. Oh, you'll say. Okay, so. Okay, so let me grab the Pisces card. This takes a second to work through, but let me just do this. The reason why I'm doing this. Pisces. Okay, so Pisces. Okay, are you looking at about a long-term relationship or more about just having a bit of fun with your love life? Oh, don't worry about the Virgo moon rising. I just needed your sun sign. I just wanted to know whether you wanted something fun or something more long-term. Longer term? Okay, cool. Okay, so if you're looking at those areas of your life, right? I just want to show you something. So if you're looking at Pisces, right, which says about the energies, wistful, endless, loving, compassionate, and forgiving, it confuses and softens and resolves, right? And then you've got the 7th house, which is the area of your life about long-term relationship, right? So then I do, oh, you got moon and stars, eh? But let's do the crystal deck with it. I just want to show you something. Yeah. Do the crystals with it. Your house is actually in the 7th house. Oh, that's interesting. Right, so thinking about being Pisces, and we're talking about the love life for the month ahead. Okay, so energy of love life this month. Energy of the love life on Pisces, and she's in the 7th house, right? Okay, so let's have a look. So I'll bring this together. Okay, so it's all about compassion. It's all about being gentle with yourself. Being kind is going to be really important for you in regards to your love life. Okay, so it's making sure that you're with somebody who's very compassionate and who's very calm and relaxed. Okay, you got someone who's very peaceful in their approach to being with you. Okay, so you want someone who's very kind, very generous, someone who's very calm and relaxed in your love life. Okay, so that's what you're coming through with this sort of energy coming through for you in regards to your love life. It's very someone who's very compassionate, who's very caring about you, who's very calm and relaxed. Okay, so that's what I feel is coming for you in regards to the love life, and whether that's loving of yourself and that's those people around you. It's all about that energy, that person in your life. You need to be very calm and relaxed. Okay, and I feel like you just got to be open to that. Just feel that love, feel that energy coming through. So the crystals are Ajoite, Ajoite, with Skolcite and tree agate. Skolcite is SCOLECITE, and tree agate. There. So I really feel it's about that energy of you. It's all about connecting with your Pisces energy, and with being a long-term relationship. That's what you're looking at. Okay, so being open to somebody who's compassionate, who's very calming and very relaxed energy. Okay, so that's going to be really important for you. Okay, just wanted to bring in that energy. That's what I was doing with that there. There's other ways to use it as well, but I just felt that was like, with your particular question, I just felt like that sort of suited it really well. Okay, so I don't know if there's any other questions or any other readings, if anyone wants anything else. I'm not sure. I didn't see the question. Don't know if Pisces came through. Oh, there you are, Pisces. I was waiting for your question. Oh, you're welcome, Chalet. You're welcome. Okay, yep. I just need a question, please, Pisces. What's your question, please? I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry, I'm just gonna turn the volume off for a second. 1 minute. Right, back. Sorry, I sneezed. Okay, what did you read the decks down below, whether you wanted a tarot or an oracle? And what type of deck did you want? Thanks, Chile. I got the sneezes. I think I'm getting to the end of the day for me. Yeah. Which tarot deck? We got Oceanic. We got the Moon and Stars. We got the Magical Nordic. And the Crystal Power, wherever the crystal deck is. There. Can't just say tarot deck, you got to tell me which one. Oh, there's no preference? Okay, so what's your question? Let me have a look. Robert's feelings towards you. Okay, let's do the crystal one. Crystal Power. Oh, right. Well, the mermaid decks I got was Oracle of Mermaids with the Oceanic Tarot. I love Jane Wallace's decks. I know they're pip decks, but I just find I love pip decks. But they're so easy to use. Okay, you moved on a year ago and you've got no communication, but you're worried about them. I don't think you've moved on at all. Not emotionally. If you're still thinking about them, you haven't moved on. Not emotionally, if you're still thinking about them. You might have moved on physically, but definitely not emotionally. If you're thinking about how he feels about you, there might be no communication, but you haven't really moved on emotionally. So, yeah. You thought about him. How does Robert feel about Pisces? I think he recognizes for your capabilities of what you're able to. He knows that you're skilled, your ability. And that you're able to trust your idea, or the trusting in the direction you're moving in. I don't see anything romantic here. I don't think it's anything, I just think he thinks of you in a practical way here. We got the sense of recognizing, what you're capable of, what you're able to do, the direction you've moved in. I don't feel there's any romance or anything like that going on here. Doesn't feel very romantic. It just feels very practical. Just feels a very sort of practical approach to how it's not really feelings as such. It's just a sense of that he knows you're capable. You're able to move forward in your own direction. I don't feel that there's any romantic feeling here. Just sees you as being practical, seeing you recognizing for your skills, your abilities to move forward. And you're able to bring what you want in your life. So, yeah. Right, that's it from me. I think that's the end of my... That's the end of it here. Oops, trouble with the reconnection. Okay, so that's it from me. Good night. Thanks for being